Hello, hello. Welcome back to Musicians Edition. As always, I am Evan, the resident piano teacher here. And man, these past few lessons, I've been giving you a tough time. So we're going to take a break. Today's just going to be playing some exercises. Maybe not the most fun, but I'm definitely giving your brain a break and just putting those hands to the test. So let's get into it. Just like last time, let's start off by stretching those hands. We'll take both hands, open them as wide as you can for 1, 2, and tight fist for 3, 4. Palms up now. Open wide for 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Now let's just put one palm out. We're going to use the other hand to stretch those fingers up. Not too far at all. Don't push yourself, but just a nice, easy stretch you feel on that hand and forearm. All right, we'll switch hands. Go down this way. All right, and let's go to that left hand again, not too hard. And back down. All right, perfect. And now we just shake it all out. Let's shake those hands out and get them ready to play now. All right. So we're going to warm up with some easy ones. Remember your finger numbers. We had the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's the same with each hand. So this first one, we're going to play a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then back down with 4, 3, 2. And remember, we are going to play these in C position. C position is all the white keys starting with C. So that means our leftmost fingers are going to be resting on C, with the rest on the adjacent white keys, like this here. All right, so we can now play those 5 keys comfortably, one with each finger. And what's going to be good to practice as we do this one, and really all of our exercises, is getting in the habit of playing one and then lifting that one as we play the next one, so that we don't have all 5 playing at the same time like this. We want to go nice and smooth like this. Or we're only playing one note at a time. All right, let's play this slowly and then we'll ramp it up. So we'll do one hand at a time to start off here. Just with that right hand, we'll go like this. Okay, one more time, here we go. And now we can do the left hand here. One more time. All right, and when we do both together here, we'll play 2 back to back here, a little bit slowly. And here we go. That's that first one. All right, that's our easy one to get us into this. Now we're going to move on to a little bit of a variation of that one. This one's a really popular exercise that's called Hanon Number 1. And this is from the really popular book called the Hanon Book of Exercises that's been around for years and years and years. We're still going to play those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers in a row still, but every time we play them, every time we play our thumb, we're going to skip a note with our index. So instead of D, it's going to play on E, and then the rest of our fingers will play where they lie now. When we get back to that index, that thumb is now going to be right next to it. Instead of C, it's now on D. Another gap. That thumb comes on over right next to the index now to E. Like that. And we can also go back to the left once we've made it up to here too. So we have our 5 fingers right here. We're just going to extend that thumb back left and have the rest of the hand follow. So now see how our whole hand moved right over here. Index, now we're going to skip for the thumb, and we're going to have the hand follow. Jump. Jump on down again. Last one. There we go. Now it is going to be a bit harder with the left hand, not only because most people are right-handed, but because we have the gap now between the pinky and the ring finger, like that. Okay, so here's how this one's going to look. Gap there. Pinky now followed to D, another gap. Pinky's on E now. All right, so that's how that one's going to be. Now follow me on this one here. We'll start on C again, and here we go. I'm going to stop after this one on A, there. And now let's go ahead and work our way back down by extending that pinky to G and having the hand follow. Extend the pinky. Extend it again. We'll keep going. And we end on C right there. And that's that. Hanon number 1, we're not going to do that with both hands at the same time because this one is pretty tricky. So we'll just stop there for now. And this next one is going to be similar with another moving exercise. This one is one I did in the other beginner lesson, but without moving. This was a 1, 2, 5, 3, but we're now just going to introduce that gap between the thumb and the index again. So moving across is going to look like this. 2, 5, 3. 1, 2, 5, 3. So again, we play that thumb, shift that whole hand over, make sure each finger has its own key, and then we just play that 5 or the pinky where it's resting. And then the 3. A little bit harder because you don't have the convenience of playing each finger in a row to know that you're on the right keys there. So just make sure when you make that jump over, look at your fingers, make sure that they all have their own key, and then we can jump up to the 5 and the 3. All right, let's play this one together, and here we go. Alright, and we'll stop there and let's start going back to the left. So here's our hand resting right here with the thumb on A. We're going to stretch it out to G. That hand's going to follow us over like this. So now our index is right next to it. 5, 3. Stretch the thumb. 1, 2, 5, 3. 1, 2, 5, 3. Let's keep going. And that's where we'll stop, when our thumb gets back to C. Left hand, so instead of that 1, 2, 5, 3, it's a 5, 4, 1, 3. But again, we're going to have that gap between the pinky and that ring finger, and then 1, 3. Okay, same pattern as it was before, just we have those opposite fingers. Let's go ahead and do it together. And let's go. And I'll stop at A again, and we'll go back down. Pinky's going to stretch to G. That hand's going to follow nicely to 2, 5, oh sorry, 5, 4, 1, 3. Switch now. 5, 4, 1, 3, 5, 4, 1, 3. Keep going. And that's it. Back on C with that pinky, and that's when we know we're done. One more that's going to be like this. Instead of that 1, 2, 5, 3, it is a 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. All right. It's kind of a bit there, but remember it's just going to be 1, 2, make the jump to 5. Instead of playing that 3 here, we go 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. All right. And again, we're going to play it moving. So we'll play that thumb gap right here. Index is going to go to E. Now look at where our fingers are now. We play the 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. Again, thumb takes that gap there. 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. All right, let's play it together from C. We'll play that thumb on C. 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. Again, 1, skip, 2, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. Keep going. Our thumb's on A, that's where I'm going to stop again. And now I'm going to go back to the left by having that thumb go this way to G. The hand's going to follow, so that 2's right next to it. 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. 1's on F. 2 follows it. 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. Keep going to E. D. And back to C. And that's that with the right hand. Let's just do it again with the left. This is now a 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. All right, but it's that same pattern that we just did with the right hand. So I'm gonna have that gap again, pinky to ring finger, then up here with the thumb. And now my pinky's ready to go on D. So let's go ahead, we'll do this one together. Remember we're in C position, that pinky is on C with the left hand, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 5, or your pinky is on D. Skip with that ring finger. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. We're on A with that pinky again. I'm going to go back down left now. So I'm going to extend the pinky to G, right there. Our hand's going to follow it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Keep going to F. Extend to E, and your hand follows. To D. Last one on C. And that's that. So, everything so far has been playing one hand or both hands just doing the same thing as each other. After a few lessons, I do like to introduce exercises like these next ones now. I'm going to put some images up with them written out. And what these are is going to be both hands practicing playing two different things, which is obviously what it's going to be more realistic to when you actually play songs, so that's why I really like to get into these. So you're going to see each one on the screen. Here's our first one. So we got that top line for the treble clef or the right hand, bottom line for the bass clef or the left hand. Let's just pick one at a time to start with. Let's go with the right hand. So that right hand, let's look at what those notes are. I have 3 different notes that we're going to play. We have 2 naturals and then one that's going to be a sharp. You can see that sharp indicated right next to it, that third note. So that first one, it's right below that line that we have there. We might know that bottom line by using those acronyms. That bottom line is E on the treble clef. So you know that second note and that fourth note are E. And if we go one note below E, we end up at D, which is what that first note's going to be. And then the one above E, we can just go one note up, or we can use that acronym of FACE for the spaces. That lets us know it's going to be F. Remember that sharp symbol, we know that's going to be an F sharp. So we have D, E, F sharp, and E again. That's our 4 notes. The left hand is playing the same note 4 times, so pretty easy. I'll give you a minute to try and figure that one out. All right, so that is our acronym for the bass clef lines. Could be good birds don't fly away. People might use different ones, but that's one that I usually teach. So that means that third line is a D for good birds don't. So we're going to play that D right here. Whatever finger you feel comfortable with, you're just playing the same note 4 times, so you don't have to be ready to move or anything. So together, we're going to play the D at the same time we play all these notes up here. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's our pattern. Very basic, just getting those 2 hands to do something different here. And that's that. So let's go into our next one that's going to be a little bit different. The right hand is the same, D, E, F sharp, E. And actually that left note is the same too. It's a D again, but now it's just played every other instead of on every single one. So just to make it so there's a little bit different that you're doing here too. And notice that the left hand is playing half notes, which means we're going to hold it as we play the E with the right hand too. We're not going to lift it up until we play it again on the 3. So it's going to look like this. Notice how I'm still holding that D here. Okay, one more time here. There you go. All right, let's move on to our next one here. For this one, I got something different with the right hand, and I just want to start off by practicing that. So with the right hand, you can see we have some 8th notes in here now. All right, but what the pattern is still D, E, but then I jump up to that line up there. What's that line? Every good, so that's G. And then I go down to that F sharp again, and then that E. So my 4 notes are D, E, G, F sharp, and then E again. But with these 8th notes, that means that G and F sharp are going to be played quicker. We still have to do that 4 count, but we have 5 notes that are going to do it. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's how that one's going to work. So that's just the right hand. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we're going to add with the left is just D here. And again on the 3. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's get some practice with that, just slowing it down a bit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Quicker. All right, and that's that. Let's go to our next one, which is just going to be slightly different. So this one we have the right hand playing the same thing. But this left hand is now going from D to a different note. What note is that? So for those bass clef spaces, we usually use all cows eat grass. So that's what that top space is. All cows eat grass means that's going to be G. So the left hand is going to go from D to G. And it's going to play that G the same time we play it with the right hand. So the left hand matches up playing D's together, and E with the right hand, G's together, F sharp, E. Okay, let's give this one a shot. So here we go, we'll play 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Awesome, that's that one. And now these last two are gonna have us doing something a little bit different, where we're gonna play 2 fingers at the same time with our right hand. And our left hand is still just gonna play on 2 Ds for this first one here as we get used to it. So one thing that's important to note here is you can see I have the same 4 notes with the treble clef for the right hand. I only put the sharp on that first F, but it applies to everything else within this little bar or measure here, which means I'm playing 4 Ds with F sharps. That's all I'm playing with the right hand right now. The left hand is gonna play on D every other here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all that one is. Pretty easy once you get, what the notes are down there. Let's go to one more here. This is gonna be our final one for today. This one is mixing it up a little bit. The left hand's changing, the right hand's changing a bit, so let's just pick that right hand to go with. So we're doing this, the first 2 are the same with D and F sharp. We're gonna play that twice. And then what's different about that next one? That F sharp is the same, but now we're playing another note that's gonna be above it or to the right of it on the piano. So let's use those space acronyms for the treble clef. We use face, meaning we have F and A. So we go from D and F sharp to F sharp and A. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The left hand is now playing D and something else, something with a sharp there. So let's use that acronym. We use good, birds, don't fly. So that tells us that's an F. With that sharp symbol there, we're playing D to F sharp. All right, and when we put that all together, we get this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes sense? Let's do it again here. So left hand from D to F sharp, right hand from D and F sharp to F sharp and A. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. All right, and that is all of our exercises for today. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. That's all I have for us. Please do write these exercises down or come back to this video to play them with me often. These are really, really great to work on developing your finger strength and coordination. I'm going to keep adding more and more to these, making them a little bit harder so we can keep working on getting to be better piano players here. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.